love traveling in a small group because you get to know each other really well. When you travel in large groups, there's a lot of waiting on people. You have to make sure you have everybody with you as you're touring.
You share stories and you really bond, and I don't know, I've been inspired by a lot of people on this trip, but it's not overwhelming, and I think that's because it is a smaller group.
I was hoping to become closer with my friends that I met through the women's travel group, and we had a blast together, and I know that I can travel with them again.
I think the small group is really what guided me to really want to come, because I think being a first-time traveler to Europe, I think a larger group would have been a little bit overwhelming. So to me, this was the perfect first-time experience because of the personal attention that you give, all the little details, knowing, just feeling comfortable with your guides. You know, you don't feel like you're just a number because it is small, it's quaint, it's more intimate.
I would say if you're hesitant about small group travel, as for traveling with MPE, I would definitely recommend this group. It was just great. They did a really great job, and I was pleased with all of it.
I definitely dipped my toe in, and now I definitely have that love, and I want to travel even more. And I think now I have much different expectations. I will always go with a smaller group because it was just such an amazing experience. First and foremost, the group of girls, especially Sandy, and then just the itinerary, and then also because I am part Irish, so I kind of wanted to come see, you know, Ireland and kind of get into the culture and see what my heritage is all about.
One of the locations that I always wanted to travel to, we saw it on this women's travel group site on Facebook and thought that it would work for us.
My friend Nicole is one of the planners for this trip. She and I have been friends for about 10 years, and we've always kind of talked about traveling together. We get along super well, and she knows that I've wanted to go to Ireland for like my entire life. So it kind of just worked out that way. So, I mean, actually all of it has been really cool.
Oh my gosh.
There have been way too many highlights.
I love that we've kind of traveled. We haven't stayed in one place. We've gone to multiple cities. I used to work at a brewery, and I am a beer fanatic. So we went to the Guinness Storehouse, which was really awesome. It was kind of cool just to see the Guinness brew process, and then we got to have a little sample and have, you know, time to kind of explore. So that was really cool. I enjoyed that a lot.
It's hard to choose because I wasn't expecting Ireland to be as beautiful. I loved, obviously, the Cliffs of Moher. I loved Dublin. All the sights, sounds, the beautiful scenery, I think, is breathtaking.
Going to a 2 Michelin star restaurant, Patrick Guilbeault in Dublin, was wonderful. Going to the Celtic steps in Killarney was great. Killarney itself had so many restaurants. It was so charming and quaint, and just walking around Killarney and Galway and exploring was so much fun.
The people of Ireland are so friendly. I have to say, the music, even the food, just the culture. So all of the above, actually.
I am a self-proclaimed princess, so visiting castles was just enjoyable for me. I like to see the history of that. And then the narrated tours was kind of cool because you get to hear about the history.
I knew that Allison was going to take very good care of us. I knew that she was organized. I knew that she was going to plan the trip out in a way that after big touring days, we would have days where we could explore on our own and rest.
What I loved about it is, especially if you're somebody that hasn't traveled before, I kind of just came along. I have been so relaxed every day. Everything was planned. I loved all the hotels. Everybody was so friendly. I felt safe with, very knowledgeable, and it just made the trip seem to go more seamlessly. And I loved that there were times that I could, you know, we had the options to either go or maybe take a step back, but there was always something to do, and everything was planned, I think, immaculately.
When I did sign on to the trip, they sent me a packet that kind of detailed you know, the process of the trip. So it was very organized. Like I knew exactly where I was going to be, when I was going to be there. There was a detailed itinerary. You know, it's Ireland, so the weather plays a bit of a part in the stuff we were doing. So we did have to pivot a little bit, but it was great because we had a local person that Allison was in contact with, and he gave really good recommendations of other things we could do.
From start to finish, I just think, like I said, just the little gifts in the room and just taking home little souvenirs, to just the restaurants that were suggested or part of the itinerary.
From the initial Zoom meeting, she wanted to make sure that if we had any questions, they were answered and we felt comfortable before we went on the trip. And I felt at ease and felt like I knew Allison and Nicole before we even had started the trip.
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely.
I will definitely attend another trip with MP.